Hey guys, Kiki here, and I know this is a bit late. I really thought my weekend was next weekend, and I didn't realize until this morning, and so here I am. And I know it's late, and really, if it were normal, like last time actually, I didn't make a video because I lost my phone. It's the only way I make a video. I didn't find it till pretty about this time Sunday, so I didn't do a video. But I haven't done a video in a month, so I'm determined to do a video, even though this is not going to be up that long before Jen puts hers up. I'm determined. Yeah. Okay, so this week's a free week, and so we can talk whatever we want to. But I kind of want to weigh in on the last thing that we were talking about body hair, and I specifically want to talk about hirsutism, which is excess or male pattern body hair on women. Specifically because it's not talked about very often, also because I'm somebody who does have that. Yes, so I was really excited about talking about this situation. There is this stigma about having hair, not only like not shaving. There is a stigma about like not shaving your legs, not shaving your pubic hair, not shaving your arms, your armpits. I mean, it's considered disgusting and gross and all this other stuff, but it's getting a little, I keep scratching my nose. It's getting a little more accepted for women to not be able to do that. But then you have situations where there are women out there who have chest hair, who have back hair, that have hair on their butt, have hair on their faces, like beard-esque type areas, like on their chins and their necks, upper lip, excessive sideburns where it's not just up here, it goes all the way down. Shoulders, like, I mean, there are women that have that, and unfortunately, and most of the time it is a hormone issue. Either they have something like PCOS, polycystic ovarian syndrome, or other hormonal issues, or it could be just hereditary. That's not as common, but it's possible. I actually got a sweet letter from a young girl last year sometime on my personal channel who suffers from hereditary hirsutism, and her issues with self-esteem because of it. And it's just really fucking sad. And as a kid, when I was younger, I really didn't realize the stigma behind it because I had a history of sexual assault, and I went the route of being completely terrified of everybody. So not only was I terrified, but I had this obsession with being completely all my skin covered. Even if I was wearing a short skirt, I'd wear tights. The most skin that I would have uncovered is like maybe my lower arms, maybe like ankle to foot, that area. That's about the extent. Sometimes I would wear shorts, but I feel uncomfortable the entire time. And so, sorry, I'm using my phone and I keep trading hands because my hand gets tired. Yeah, anyway, so up until my early mid-20s, I couldn't wear things that were low cut or have my legs showing and things like that. So I didn't understand really the implications of having excess body hair until then. And I think the first time I realized how much of a stigma there was, I was like in my early 20s, and I was sitting around with friends just having dinner, and we were talking and joking about work stuff. And a few of my friends were nurses, and one of them was talking about a patient that had been in the hospital for a few days, and she was having to go in and do, you know, all the nurse stuff and changing bedpans and stuff like that. And she started cracking jokes and making fun of this woman who had chest hair. And I, at the time, was really quiet. I was too shy and too scared to speak up and say, that's really fucking offensive because, I mean, number one, she doesn't know that woman. She has no right to make fun of her because of that. It's not like, I mean, it's a natural situation. She has hair. It's not like she chose to have the body hair grow. It just happens. And so, also, not only that, but she's a nurse. Somebody that you not only trust with your body, but with your freaking life in a hospital, is going home and cracking jokes. And I was just so freaking offended. And if it had happened nowadays, I'm not actually close to these people anymore, so it's not like I can confront them now, but if I were in a situation where I saw these people and they were doing this now, yeah, I'd sure fucking speak up and tear them a new asshole, because these people who suffer, or these people who have this condition, these women that have these things happen, or have these issues with hair, they are already self-conscious about it. They already know people look down on them for it. They don't need you in the background making fun of them. They really don't. Yes, because there's just like, there is this misogynistic mentality of how women should be, that they need to take care of their body hair, but not only do they need to take care of the body hair, but they're only allowed to have it in certain areas. it's acceptable. I mean, yeah, women have leg hair and women have pubic hair and women have hair on their arms and maybe, and have underarm hair and maybe even a happy trail area. But anything above that, there's something wrong. And you are allowed to be a target of ridicule at that point. And it is just devastating. I mean, even above those areas, there are areas of hair that is completely normal to have. Maybe not as common, but still normal. I was talking to my brothers this last weekend. We were talking about sexual experiences. I get into weird conversations with my brothers. Anyway, we were talking about stuff, and my brother was talking about, one of my older brothers was talking about how he was seeing this girl when he was a teenager, maybe early 20s, and they got hot and heavy, started going to have sex. He gets her undressed, and she has hair around her nipples. And it freaked him out, and he had asked her about it. And he kind of felt bad later, but he was like, that's just really weird, isn't it? And I had explained to him how hair around the nipples, or around the areola, is actually kind of common, and it can be really problematic and painful to remove the hairs in that area, and can cause there are some people where hair removal will actually cause infections, and so removing it in some cases is just not a good thing to do. And he looked at me like completely horrified and was like, I feel like an ass. And I told him, I was like, you should, because I know it's not completely his fault in the fact of that he was not, this thing is not talked about, this thing is not. He just didn't know about this stuff. But ignorance isn't a defense, really. And you should never, even if hair around the areolas is unusual and weird, it still doesn't give him a right to be an ass. Even if that woman had a full chest full of hair, he still doesn't have the right to be an ass. He could be like, wow, that's different. Why? I mean, he could talk to her about it, have a grown-up conversation about it. But yes, that is unusual, and probably because of a hormone issue. There was another thing I ran across, and it is along the same mentality. And this one really probably pissed me off a lot more, because in the situation where my friend, this woman had, the woman where the friend that was a nurse was making fun of him, it was not like, it was grown chest hair, like which you would see on a dude. And while I can see that, I can understand that mentality. This one was, it was a Facebook post, and it was around on websites like lolcats and things like that, and they were talking, there was this dude, and he was talking about how the girl that was sitting next to him, he didn't even know her, sitting next to him in his class in college, should not be allowed to wear tank tops because she had a 5 o'clock shadow on her chest. So she obviously dealt with hirsutism, had chest hair, but she was dealing with it. She was shaving it or waxing or doing something to remove the hair. But the fact that there was proof that it happens, not that it's there, but the proof that it happens, she should not be allowed to wear any kind of low-cut tops. And that kind of misogynistic bullshit just makes me want to smack people. And it's not just men. I mean, people seem to think that misogyny is just something men suffer from. No, it's misogyny. Women can suffer from misogyny and have misogynistic things pop out of their mouth and actions and shit. And so this is not saying that men feel this way. It just happened to be a guy saying this. It could have been a girl say that, and I'd still feel the exact same freaking way. It's not his right to tell her what the fuck she could wear just because he has a problem with the way her body is. Because the thing is, people, we're mammals, and we have hair. That's kind of one of the defining characteristics here. Human beings are not machines that are put together with this precise precision and plan. Sometimes nature foibles, and sometimes things don't turn out exactly like everybody else, like what's common in all the other human beings that were created before it. But just because that person is a little different, just because that person doesn't fit the little box they have, does not give people the right to ridicule and treat them like shit, like they are other, like they are messed up. And that's something that I think needs to change. I think it's a sad commentary on our society that you have people who think they have the right to comment on people they don't fucking know. And this goes with weight too, but we don't really, there's a lot of people talking about weight and not a lot of people talking about excess body hair on, specifically women. There might be something with men. I know that there's the old joke about guys that can't grow body hair. But I can guarantee you they don't get as much shit as women who do have. Not only these people who think they have the right to dictate what people can wear, that they should cover up, and ridiculing people, not only for the fact or not just for, you know, if they don't shave something where hair is unusual, like maybe upper arm, shoulders, chest, back, butt, whatever, that the fact that they have proof that it's there, the fact that it grows there at all, not that they, I mean, if someone, I mean, there are people who could wax, never show that they have hair in certain places, but if someone found out they have hair in that place, they're treated like some kind of fucking leper because, oh, that's so fucking weird. No, you don't have the right to do that. You really don't. And treat them like shit and like they should be other and segregated, and just, it's just so fucking frustrating. But not only that, but you have these young girls especially that have these issues. As I said earlier, I had a young girl send me a message about her issues with it and her low self-esteem issues, and I think it's sad commentary that that not only do they have to deal with this, they have to find secret ways to not only remove these hair, to remove this hair, but to remove it in a way and keep up with it in a way that there's no proof that it ever existed, because it could fuck up their social standing or their friendships or their relationships with a lover or whatever the case may be. And you know, I can understand lovers, you know, somebody you're in a relationship with not liking certain things. That's where compromise comes in, though, because I mean, personally, like, I don't shave my legs. I don't like it. I mean, I don't like dealing with it. But if I was in a relationship with someone and they were like, I'd really like it if you shaved your legs, I might do it. Probably. Maybe. And I do it for them. It's compromise. But if they told me, they were like, I want you to be at all times completely hairless from the neck down, I'd be like, no. No. I'll compromise with them. But that's the thing. You shouldn't let someone you're in a relationship with dictate how your body should be. And that not only goes with hair, but it goes with just anything about your own body. This video is going on really long, sorry. Well, I'm not that sorry because I haven't done a video in a month. But anyway, yes, I guess that's all I wanted to say, and I will see you guys in 2 weeks.